Arts Lab on Redshift Radio with Mark Sheeky. Creativity brought to life.
Our special guests of the day, Christina Hopkinson and Alison Stafford from the Association of Animal Artists. Or is it the Animal Artists Association?
Association of Animal Artists, I think, Mark.
Ah, good. And you're here partly to talk about an exhibition that's coming up in Castle Park Arts Centre relatively soon of the association.
We have an annual exhibition in spring every year that we hold at Castle Park Arts Centre. This year it will be running from the 30th of March to the 13th of May. So it's a good 7-week run.
It is good, isn't it? Is that throughout the whole centre, or is it in the big main gallery?
We have the whole centre, including the cafe, which is brilliant, because if the artwork in the cafe is like by people having their refreshments, then they, 9 times out of 10 take a look around the whole exhibition. Yeah,
that's very useful, actually, isn't it? And of course, you could potentially exhibit chickens and eat a chicken sandwich.
Oh dear.
We're going into dark territory already, but yes, theoretically you could do that, yeah.
Well, the Association of Fruit Artists probably cope with that on a daily basis, so that way.
Is there such a thing?
So, tell us a bit about the association itself and how many members are in it, for example, and how large it is.
Christina, I'll hand this over to you.
I'm a sort of relatively newcomer to the AAA. Joined about June 2016 and became a trustee last June. And the association was formed in 2009.
Wow.
And it was formed really to give a platform to artists who worked in the field of animal art to come together for fellowship support, days out and exhibiting opportunities for artists who'd reached a certain level of proficiency who wanted to go on to the next level, really. With their art and to have these opportunities to exhibit amongst like-minded artists.
Yes. Is it particularly a Cheshire-based organisation?
It was based up in the northwest, I do believe, at the very start, but we are actually reaching out. I think Alison probably will be able to say more about this.
Yes.
We're reaching out towards further parts of the country now.
Well, let's say world, actually. We had our first member from China join us just before Christmas, which was fantastic.
Yeah. That's really good.
We have 2 or 3 members in the US of A, and obviously the majority of our members are in the UK, but more recently we've managed to encourage some southern artists to join us as well, which gives the trustees the added bonus of maybe travelling further south to offer exhibiting opportunities down there as well.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, yeah. You could have national level of exhibitions, really.
Yeah,
so this exhibition, this is your annual exhibition at Castle Park?
It is, yes.
Do you have several throughout the year, or do you mainly have an annual one?
What we tend to do is we have an annual one in the spring, and then we hold an autumn exhibition as well, and the autumn exhibition sort of tends to float in terms of where it is. So we've had them based in Yorkshire before. This autumn we will be basing it at Weston Park, which is obviously more in the Midlands. That's our floating exhibition.
Yeah, I think I've exhibited in Weston Park myself. Is there a gallery there called the Granary?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful location.
I think you can eat chicken and exhibit chickens there as well, Mark.
Yes, that's true. I really regret saying that. Well, no, I don't really. I mean, food is an art form in itself. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, obviously both of you are experienced animal artists yourself as well, and you say you've recently joined, Christine. At what point did you join, Alison? How long have you been a member now?
I've been a member for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. I actually became chairperson last October, so this will be my 3rd exhibition that I've organised, but I primarily joined because it was like-minded people that could maybe offer me exhibiting opportunities. I had done low-key exhibitions before, but I think when you're exhibiting with people that also are in the animal genre of art, it elevates you and also inspires you. I mean, so many of our members, we've got award-winning members, professional artists. We also have amateur artists as well. So there's always something to look at, inspire you and make you better, make you want to be better in your own profession as well.
Yes, there's always an advantage to having a mix as well, because it adds to variety and helps indicate to you as an artist the different options that are out there, because I think it can be quite easy to become a bit too trapped in your own ways and styles or media or particular subject, I suppose. So.
Absolutely. I think we're unique as well because we don't only welcome any type of work to do with any animal, be it reptile, fish, bird. but we also embrace all types of art, all genres. So you could be an oil painter, a watercolourist, acrylic artist. We take 3D sculpture as well. And the only thing that we don't accept at the moment is photographic art.
Digital, I think.
Digital
as well.
and digital.
Opera.
Yes.
Opera? There's always a possibility.
That would be quite amazing, actually, I think.
The one thing about the AA as well is it's not just wildlife. Depictions of domestic animals, farm animals.
Yes, that is quite important,
pets.
actually, because there are quite a lot of wildlife associations, aren't there, that do exclude things like that.
Yeah, which is just totally for wildlife. But we embrace anybody who paints animals or creatures or insects. You know, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
You know, it can give you a lot of scope to go into different areas and explore different areas when you expand the whole thing like that.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Yeah, I instantly thought bacteria. You probably don't have many.
Well, that's a possibility.
It is. I don't think I've ever seen a painting of a bacterium. That would be interesting. Seen a few X-rays.
Arts Lab on Redshift Radio with Mark Sheeky. Creativity brought to life.
The association does a lot for animal charities as well. You are associated with an animal charity. So is that one particular charity that you're associated with?
It is this year. I don't know if Alison wants to talk about that.
Yeah, traditionally we used to link every exhibition that we did. We'd use the percentage of the art sales and donate it towards our chosen charity. But what we found was, because it was such a condensed amount of time, our donations, it never amounted to enough or as much as we thought that we could maybe put to these worthy causes. So what we did was we decided to do a designated charity for the year. So last year it was the Vincent Wildlife Trust, and we had some great feedback from them. They came and did a talk at our spring annual event for our members, and they dealt with the rescue and preservation of polecats and bats, all types of muscelids. This year we've chosen the British Hedgehog Preservation Society. Obviously, hedgehogs are in dire need of our help. So, yeah, we've got lots of activities lined up, and also aligned to the exhibition as well, reaching out to local schools.
Seems like you do an awful lot, really, as an organisation. It's far more than just a social group for artists, really, isn't it? You're really very active. How can people become new members?
There is now a button on the website that you can just click to apply for membership.
All right.
And I think there's a very easy to pay the membership fee, which is I think £35 for the year now, isn't it?
That's correct. Absolute bargain.
It's a
bargain. It's really good value for money. What we also tend to do is, within our website, we give the artist an opportunity to have a biography online, as well as a few images, so they can promote themselves within the website as well. So if they just go onto our website and have a look and see what's on there, there's a button on there, so they can just simply
Is there some sort of criteria to the quality of the art? Is it vetted somehow, or do people just have to judge themselves whether they are animal artists?
I think people need to be at a certain point in their own art career where they want to go on to the next level and reach out to other members who are of a similar level and can offer them support. We're not really for total beginners. There are obviously other support structures for that and other websites that can help them, but I think as a membership we're pretty good at offering advice and being involved with other members, especially like we've got a really good online facility now with our Facebook page, haven't we?
Yeah, we do. We have a Facebook page for members, and it's very supportive. I mean, I started contributing, to the discussions on there when I first joined, and I was made to feel so welcome. You can post your work, whether it's in progress or whether you've actually finished something, and people are great. All the comments are very positive. We're not in it to knock people down. We want to build people up and make them feel part of actually a big family.
I think that's one of the main benefits of social media, is that it almost allows a club to expand, and it's like the club is in session all the time, which is what's interesting about it.
Yes.
Do you have regular club meetings?
We have members' events once a year. We also offer plein air opportunities where groups of people can get together and paint directly from wildlife. We're just in the middle of putting something together now, aren't we, for our next one of those. Yeah. But the trustees, there's a group of about 6 trustees, and we have to meet quite regularly, 4 times a year, just to discuss committee matters.
The business of... Yeah, I'm not surprised, because it seems like you do so much as an organisation. It needs a lot of organising.
Yes, it's very involved. And what I must stress is that we have great fun. It's
Yeah,
a great
of course,
fun
I'm
group
sure,
to
yeah.
belong to, as well as the more serious side with the charities and the artwork and so on. We do keep each other going. And
What Mark hasn't told the listeners is that we're actually both sat here wearing animal costumes. That's how fun we are.
I didn't think I'd mention that,
mental
ladies and
image.
gentlemen.
Arts Lab on Redshift Radio with Mark Sheeky. Creativity brought to life.
And yes, Christina and Alison are still with me from the Association of Animal Artists, talking about their association and their forthcoming exhibition and the activities, and also their links to the BHPS, the British Hedgehog Preservation Society, who are their charity of choice this year. You're saying the BHPS have got an event coming up at some point?
Well, it's basically to mention that there is a Hedgehog Awareness Week coming up in May. It's the 6th to the 12th of May. And you can go to the British Hedgehog Preservation Society website to download lots of leaflets and information about how to look after hedgehogs, how to encourage them. I think they're particularly keen to be involved with school children and teaching them about their wildlife, their environment, and how to take care of it for the future.
Yeah, they're such great animals, hedgehogs, aren't they? And I don't
Gorgeous.
think they exist in other countries, do they? I don't think they're American. I think they only exist in Britain, don't they?
I think they do.
Yeah, I think there's been a sort of trend abroad for pet hedgehogs, but I think they're a totally different thing. But certainly,
I
in
imagine
this
it'd be
country,
hard to
they're
keep a
wild
pet hedgehog
animals.
simply because they carry a lot of parasites and things which are all part of their natural ecosystem, aren't they? So I think it'd be quite difficult to keep them in a completely artificial environment. So
Not very cuddly either.
I think the hedgehogs in this country are very different, very wild, and they should stay
we
very
do have
wild.
moon
They're
rats
not-
and hedgehog-like creatures in other
Yeah.
countries.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really good cause as well. So what also made you decide on a particular charity? Do you ask members around or ask the committee what they think and put ideas into a hat?
We initially asked the committee. I think if we ask the members what they want, we get such an influx. And a lot of our members do wildlife as well. So, you know, we wanted to do something more local to Britain and pick a species that obviously is in decline. And hedgehogs so obviously need our help. There's been actually quite a lot of exposure just recently on the BBC. Countryfile, I think,
Yes,
had
yes.
an article on it as well. So I think people's awareness is increasing, and we just want to do our bit.
I think
good.
it's just educating people, you know. Do not put out milk, do not put out bread, because that can kill a hedgehog, apparently. If you want to put something out, put dried dog food out for them. But there's all sorts of information like this on the British Hedgehog Preservation Society website. I'm sure they'd be quite happy to advise people.
That's
should
brilliant.
They, you know, want
I
to
suppose another advantage of linking with a local charity is that you can promote and talk to each other about things, and they
Yes.
can get involved with your exhibition and you can get involved with their activities and things. And if it was a
Absolutely.
wider thing, it would be a bit more difficult. So that's very interesting. Well, thank you both for joining me today here in Arts Lab.
for having us.
Good luck for the exhibition, which, to remind listeners, starts on the 30th of March, Castle Park Arts Centre in Frodsham, and carries on to the 13th of May, and it's throughout the entire building, and it's free to enter when it's open, which is most days of the week, including Sundays, I think. So, thank you very much.
Arts Lab on Redshift Radio with Mark Sheeky. Creativity brought to life.